Om Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Today, directly we will start from verse number 72. Wonderful thing, wonderful discussion will be starting, and it will be continued till verse number 123. There, actually, the question was, what is anatma? What is not atma? That question will be answered over here, because that is the one of the problem. Because we many a time, or maximum time, most of the time, always we mix up atma and anatma, and we consider anatma as atma, and our problem starts. Majjasthimeda palarakta charma tvaga. अच्छा बोलो. त्वगाह्वैर्धातुभिरोभिरन्वितम् त्वगाह्वैर्धातुभिरेभिरन्वितम् पादारुवक्षो भुजपृष्ठमस्तकैः अङ्गैरुपाङ्गैरुपयुक्तमेतत्. 73 also we will continue. Aham mameti prathitam shariram mohaspadam sthulam ittiryate budhaihi nabho navaswaddahanam bubhumayaha sukshmani bhutani bhavanti tani parasparam sairmilitani bhutva स्थूलानि च स्थूलशरीरहेतवः मात्रास्तदीया विषया भवन्ति शब्दादयः पञ्चसुखाय भोक्तुः मज्जास्थिमेदः पलरक्तचर्मा त्वगाह्वयैर्धातुभिरेभिरन्वितम् पादोरुवक्षो भुजपृष्ठमस्तकैः अङ्गैरुपाङ्गैरूपयुक्तम् एतत् अहं ममेति प्रथितं शरीरं मोहास्पदं स्थूलम् इतीर्यते बुधैः नभो नभस्वद्दहनां बुभूमयः सूक्ष्माणि भूतानि भवन्ति तानि परस्परां सैर्मिलितानि भूत्वा स्थूलानि च स्थूलशरीरहेतवः Matra stadiya vishaya bhavanti shabdadaya pancha sukhaya bhoktuhu. Majja asthi medaha pala rakta charma tvak. You know, majja is bone marrow, osti is bone, meda is fat, pala is the flesh, rakta is blood, charma is the outer skin, and tvak is inner skin. ahwaihi मतलब इस नाम में बुलाया जाता है. And what they are sapta dhatu. They are sapta. And what is the anga and upanga? The limbs. What are the limbs? Those are sapta dhatu, means those are seven jada vastu, inert thing, and they are united with some limbs. Who are they? Legs, thighs, chest, hand, back, head. They are the anga and upanga. With them all, because the body is connected with the head, the hands are connected with the body. Likewise, all that anga, limbs and sublimbs. And what is deha? That is the deha. One beautiful thing, composed of the seven ingredients like marrow, bones, fat, flesh, blood, skin, cuticle. Tvak is cuticle. And consisting of the following limbs and their parts: legs, thighs, chest, arms, backs, and head. This body reputed to be the abode of the delusion of I and mine. From this verse onwards, what is anatma, that explanation has got started. It will be continued till 123. Why the teacher first selected this body to make us known about what is anatma. Why teacher? Teacher could take anything else, stone, clay, any other, so many things are inert and anatma. Why Guru has just selected this body? Because in Sanskrit there is a word called idam, means this. So to the world we always say idam, 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 means vishaya. Means object. And whenever we claim I am, we say like this. Means we consider also this object as subject. As the stone bricks sands, etc. Likewise, the same thing is this body. But we claim as subject. There are two things, two words in Sanskrit. One is Vishaya, another is Vishayi. This body is Vishaya, object, and the consciousness behind it is subject, Vishayi. But many a times, or most of the time, or always, when we refer I, we refer this body as I. That is why uh, Guru has started explanation in this way. See, mechanism, the yantra and yantrikata has entered so much into us. It is becoming horrible day by day. And it's not the new thing. It has been started since last 200 or 230, 40 years. We are being the slave of the yantra instruments. Previously, it was mechanical instrument. Now it is electronic gadgets. We can't think our existence without these gadgets. People sometimes say, how I can survive, Swamiji, without the phone? I sometimes think that how people used to survive, used to live without the phone. See, mobile phone, electronic gadget is very important thing. Because of that only, the people in online, they can hear me. It's very essential. Without the microphone, it was hard to hear, because this is also yantra. But without this, my existence never depend on them. That is the bodha. You know, Bertrand Russell, once he commented wonderfully. I will just read out that portion. He was just that Bertrand Russell says that so far have we gone in mechanizing human beings that a time will come. Can you please make mute? That the time will come when we, the human being, will go to a factory, because at the time of Bertrand Russell, then there was no electronic gadget. Then there was factory revolution started, renaissance started, industrialization started. So he told that once the day will come when we will go to a factory, stand before a big machine and pray, আমার ছেড়ে দাও, শোনো, না না আমি এখানে বলছি, একদম মন দাও এখানে, কোনো দিকে মন দিও না, লাভ কি অন্যদিকে মন দিয়ে? এই তো আধ ঘন্টা 1 ঘন্টা পাই আমরা। That again I am repeating. Just consider that the day may come when before one robot or very good phone, maybe that is Apple, or before any computer, we will pray, make us good nuts and bolts in you. We are all subject to your greatness. কি সুন্দর যে আমরা মানুষকে এতটাই যন্ত্র পরিণত করেছি যে এমন একটা দিন আসবে যেখানে কারখানা বা যন্ত্রের সামনে গিয়ে বলবো যে যন্ত্রদেব আমাকে তোমার ভালো রকম নাট এবং বোল্ট হিসেবে তৈরি করো, যাতে তোমার মানে আমরা তোমাকে সার্ভ করতে পারি, তোমার মায়ায় আমরা মোহমুগ্ধ। There was a famous scientist, his name was Eddington. I think you have heard. He was a Nobel laureate. In his book, Space, Time and Gravitation, it was a famous book. In the last page of that book, he wrote, just I'm quoting, and moreover, we have found that where science has progressed the farthest, the mind has but regained from nature that which the mind has put into nature. Again, and moreover, we have found that where science has progressed the farthest, the mind has but regained from nature that which the mind has put into nature. মন যা দিয়েছে তাই মন ফিরে পেয়েছে. We have found a strange footprint on the shores of the unknown. We have devised profound theories, one after another, to account for its origin. At last, we have succeeded in reconstructing the creature that made the footprint, and oh, it is our own. বিজ্ঞানের প্রভূত উন্নতি সম্ভব হয়েছে শুধুমাত্র মনের গুণে। মন উন্নত হয়েছে, মাইন্ড হ্যাজ বিন ডেভেলপ, তার সঙ্গে সঙ্গে বিজ্ঞানও ডেভেলপ করেছে। Because we have thought that we will do something else. মন একসময় প্রকৃতিকে যা দিয়েছে, আজ প্রকৃতি সেটাই মনকে ফেরত দিচ্ছে। আমরা এই প্রকৃতির অকুলে মানে তীরে, প্রকৃতির সমুদ্রের তীরে দেখতে পাই যে অনেকগুলো ফুটপ্রিন্ট, পদচিহ্ন। তা নিয়ে অনেক গবেষণাও হয়েছে। বিজ্ঞানীরা বলছেন যে একটা সময় আসবে যখন সমস্ত বিজ্ঞানী এক হয়ে বলবে যে এগুলো কারোর ফুটপ্রিন্ট নয়, দে আর নট দ্য footprint of the aliens, they are our own footprints. আমার চেতনার রঙে পান্না হলো সবুজ, চুনি হলো লাল। All the experiments, all the gadgets, everything else you see, this is the result of my own thinking process. As you sow, so you reap. As you sow, so you reap. As you think, that you become. What we are today is the result of our own thinking. Maybe that thinking is influenced by some other source, some person, something, some ideologies, maybe. But what we are today, whatever we are today, this is the result of our own thinking process, own thought. So if we think that, oh, the most worthless I am means maybe. So this is the result of your worthless thinking. So if you want to be a good one, maybe your ideologies are great saints and others, then start thinking in that way. I'm sure it will be. Because if you start cooking potato, dum potato, so maybe it will be not like the uh, hotel quality or that. It will be like this. It will not be pumpkin or it will not be papaya. So whatever you have started, that will be. Maybe the taste and gradation and everything may be changed according to তার কারণ একই ingredient সবাইকে দিয়ে দেয়া হলো যে আজ তোমরা আলুর দম রান্না করো। প্রত্যেকটা মানুষ will make it in different taste according to their mental setup. But আলুর দমটা অন্য কিছু হয়ে যাবে না। So the thing you will start with result in that. Clear? The body is made up with Sapta Dhatu and Shada Anga. Sapta Dhatu and Shada Anga. Me and mine, this concept comes from the ignorance. What sort of ignorance? That this complex or the assembly of blood, flesh, bones, all those things are not me. Because when they were not there, I exist. When they will not be there, I will be. When there is, the best thing in that case, if you start thinking on the sloka of Bhaja Govindam. Kate kanta kaste putraha. Kame janani kutayataha. We came alone. We have spent our time 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 21 years. Then we came into contact with another person. Out of delusion, we become so attached with that person, think that we can't survive without him. Our Shastra is not against of love, against of relationship. Our Shastra is like our mother. What a mother can do, our mother can do the best nurturing, that my son will be independent. He is the good mother who can imagine her own death and imagine that after that also my son, my daughter are well independent. They can survive happily. That yesterday we were discussing about it in the breakfast table provided by Ghosh Babu on his birthday. Maybe it is his 79th or 80th birthday. Maybe, I don't know, because he doesn't communicate with me. It is a Chinmay Mission culture, maybe. Everyone contacts with the staff. Here, Swami's phone number is there, phone is there. They ask everything else to the staff apart from the Swamis. But I am verily available to the student and the devotees. It is not that I am very angry person. I become very annoyed if anyone calls me or contacts me. But it is day-long, years-long culture it is. Where is Swamiji? What is he doing? Everything. Just make a phone call. Swamiji, where are you? What are you doing? At least I try to make this sort of closeness with my student when they can open themselves. That no, why are you talking to me? I'm the in charge of this center, so you should ask to the staff that what are you doing? It's not like that. I have come to you in a new form. I have told you that I am always available. Just make me a call. Swamiji, this is the thing. What are you doing now? I want to talk to you. Instead of that, so I don't know, leave it. So the thing is, this is the thing that moha, out of that things, one mother to his son, blind, who was blind, absolutely blind, she gave a blind stick and told him that consider these things as your mother. Because generally, before marriage in Indian culture, generally, because some people will say, no, my son was in the hostel. So hostel life is different, but the common people, 95% people don't go to the hostel. They live at home. So this is the more attachment creates. When son or daughter became too much parents wise, that mother will give this, mother will select what the pant, what the shirt I will wear like this, like this. Then that same fellow become the dependent on his wife. Shastra is against of that. Dependency is more fatal than cancer. Whatever the analysis Shastra is doing, it's for good for us. It's good for us. Because the Bhagavan love is possible or not, nobody knows. It depends on our own striving, own intensity for it. But everyone has to meet the bitter truth called death. After the death, you know what happens? People become, you know what happens. If husband dies, wife says after 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, I could not balance myself. If wife dies, the man's condition is more horrible than a woman. Shastra is telling that to whom you are making attachment, all the attachment with the body, we claim he is our son, she is our daughter after they get a human form. Before that, they were in a zygote or bhrun form. Before that, this was divided into my parents' body. How it was there in my parents' body? It was there in the form of fruits, vegetables, and food. How that corpse, how that fruit, vegetable came from the lump of clay. Sasyamiva martyah pachate. Sasyamiva ajayate punaha. This is the fourth mantra of Kathopanishad. So actually the whole thing, if you think that it was totally merged with water, then the land came up. Land means the clay. From that clay, different type of seeds came out. And from the water, the human being or the creature also came out. That human beings started eating food and started growing up this body, that fat one, that is the result of the food only, annamaya, anna rasamaya. And from anna rasa, we inculcate our ojas. And with the biological process, it becomes or it produces a baby. And we started claiming that this he is my son, he is my daughter. The actuality of this body is nothing but the lump of the clay. Have you ever thought about it? When a person says that I love you, I can't survive without you. I miss you so much. All those things, actually, a clay loves a clay. Because our love is body oriented. But when a Swami says to his disciples, my dear, I love you. Don't worry. Ma bhai, come to me. I love you. Don't get afraid. Don't get ashamed to come to me. I really love you. Then there is not clay loves clay, because with a Swami there is no physical love. Then one Atma loves another Atma as Ishvara. There is too much love, but not a bit of attachment. How that sort of love has been inculcated? Through the knowledge of I and mine, through the particular knowledge of subject and object, a knowledge of the person of realization. A realized soul knows clearly what is subject, what is object. He doesn't mix up subject as object and object as subject. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.